Hello students of class 9. See, this is your English literature textbook, Treasure Trove, a collection of SSC poems and short stories, right? In the last video I was teaching story number 5, A Fish in the Dark, written by Ruskin Bond. Now today I am going to discuss about the title of the story. Let's see. See, this is the story number 5, A Fish in the Dark, written by Ruskin Bond. Let's discuss about the title. The title of the story, A Fish in the Dark, is very appropriate because the story revolves all around Mr. Oliver and the face of the boy in the dark, right? Mr. Oliver has a strange experience while he is passing through the pine forest at night. He sees the figure of a boy sitting alone on a rock. He goes closer to recognize the face of the boy. The boy appears to be crying. Mr. Oliver asks him to look up. When he looks up, Mr. Oliver is surprised to find that it has no eyes, ears, nose, or mouth. It is just a round, smooth head with a school cap on the top of it. He gets frightened, and the torch falls from his trembling hand. He runs towards the school building and cries for help. He is gripped with fear. So it is the face of the boy in the dark that frightens Mr. Oliver. So the title, A Face in the Dark, is very apt, right? Apt means very suitable. Now let's see setting. What the setting of the story is. The story, A Face in the Dark, is set in a pine forest outside Simla. Simla is a city situated in where? Himachal Pradesh, right? Mr. Oliver, an Anglo-Indian teacher, dresses to walk through the pine forest on his way back to the school after an evening at Simla Bazaar. He carries a torch with him while walking through the narrow forest path. He comes across a weeping boy who lifts his face, which is not a face but a flat, something without eyes, nose, or mouth. He gets frightened and the torch falls from his hand. He turns and runs towards the school building. He cries for help. He stumbles up to the watchman, gasping for breath. He tells the watchman that he had seen something horrible, a boy weeping in the forest, and he had no face. He had no eyes, no ears, no features at all. He is so gripped with fear that he fancies that the watchman whom he meets has no eyes, no ears, no features at all, not even an eyebrow. All this make the setting in the pine forest strange, mysterious, and supernatural. Clear? Now let's see what the style of the writer here. The story is written in the third person, narrated by the omniscient author in a simple and straightforward manner, very apt and concrete. Imagery has been employed to bring out the atmosphere of supernaturalism and mystery created in the story, catering especially to the taste of the children, right? The dialogues are brief and racy, and the descriptions of the scene and setting very graphic and artistic and intelligible. The writer has used language that helps him create an atmosphere of strangeness mystery and supernaturalism. The placement of words like sad, eerie, sound, shook, and convulsively racked with silent sobbing creatures a strange atmosphere. The language is simple but effective in creating a supernatural atmosphere. The reader is impressed by exactness and presence in the use of words. Now students, let's see here. Read the extract given below and answer the questions that follow. Right? See here, passage has been taken from the story. See, Simla Bazaar. The Simla Bazaar with its cinema and restaurants was about 3 miles from the school, and Mr. Oliver, a bachelor, usually strolled into the town in the evening, returning after dark when he would take a shortcut through the pine forest. Right? Now see the question number 1. Who was Mr. Oliver? Your answer is Mr. Oliver, a bachelor, was an Anglo-Indian teacher in a school outside Simla. He had been teaching in the school for several years. Right? Now question second, how had the school been run? And who studied in that school? What did the students wear in the school? Your answer? The school had been run on English public school lines. The boys from wealthy Indian families studied in the school. They wore blazer, caps and ties. Right? Now question third, where did Mr. Oliver usually spend his evening? When he would return to his lodging. Your answer is Mr. Oliver usually spent his evening in the Simla Bazaar. He would return only after dark. Right? Now question 4. What route did he take to return? When did most people keep to the main road? Answer. He returned through the pine forest. Most people kept to main road when a strong wind blew and made the pine trees make sad, eerie sound. Now question 5th. What did Mr. Oliver come across when he was passing through the pine forest? Your answer is Mr. Oliver came across a boy sitting alone on a rock. Right? Okay, students, as I think whatever I have taught today is clear, and this passage is also clear for you. Right? Now, very soon we will meet in another video, and I will start again your drama The Merchant of Venice. It's written by William Shakespeare. Okay.